Megan.
Hi, I'm Nathan, and we're going to be talking today about our registration process, both how to go about it for new and returning faculty, as well as the importance of our registration process in just creating a successful summer ministry.
So let's say I've got that relationship with Camp Northward. I've been here for a while. I really love the camp and I want to serve as a faculty member. How do I get started with that?
So most of the time, faculty members or volunteers become faculty members through a relationship with a dean. Most of the time, a dean is going to ask you, hey, I think you'd be great to serve on my team for the session. And they'll kind of tell you, we'd like you to register online. Sometimes if a person is a part of one of our supporting churches and they would like to become involved, we can kind of get them connected with one of those deans if they don't have a relationship built already. But really the first step is to go on our website and register as a faculty member.
So let's say I'm a teenager and I want to be involved and maybe serve as a faculty member. Am I allowed to do that?
Absolutely. We really encourage, especially if you've been a camper and you've come up and seen how impactful camp has been for you, and you're wanting to do that for those kids who are coming up behind you. We love to have that happen where our campers become faculty. And so when you go into 10th grade or going into 10th grade, you have the opportunity to serve as junior faculty. And junior faculty are allowed to serve with our day camp all the way through our 4th, 5th, and 6th grade sessions. And we have a special retreat that is designed for our junior faculty, just to help them make that transition between camper and faculty.
Welcome to our Deans and Faculty page. This is pretty straightforward, but I wanted to show you around. If you are on our main Camp Northward website, the way that you get here is by going to Register and clicking Deans and Faculty. Once you do this, you have just a few options. Eventually, we will have an updated 2023 Deans Manual and Faculty Manual. You can look at last year's for now if you'd like. Our revision should be minimal this year. If you're ready to get started as a faculty, click I Want to be Faculty. There are 5 steps that you will take to register as a faculty member, listed here for your convenience. Finding a session and a dean, registering, completing your background check, completing the safety training videos, and then a quick blurb for new faculty only. There is a spot for junior faculty members with information about requirements and what it takes to be a junior faculty member. Finally, we will put the video that I'm making right now right here, streaming through our YouTube channel. And that's all you need to know for this page.
So whether you are returning as a faculty member or you're brand new, we are asking that you would sign up as early as you possibly can. And it's really important for us in the process of creating a dynamic and just successful session with whatever it is in our summer ministry. And I've got an illustration, and I want to show you kind of how that works in an illustration form. All right, so here's my illustration. I have the dominoes set up here on the table. I don't know about you, but as a kid, I've always loved playing with, or I did love playing with dominoes. It's fun to set them up, to see how they topple over. You can do a lot of different kind of fun things with them in terms of making different designs or going upstairs and downstairs. At any rate, the point is this. If you are wanting to get to the end, you have to make sure that all of the dominoes are lined up in a particular way so that one falls into the other, and so it goes on down the line. If we are wanting to have a successful and dynamic and God-honoring summer ministry and each session in that ministry throughout the summer, we need to make sure that there are things in place before summer camp even begins. And if those things aren't in place, then we're not able to get to the result at the end that we're wanting to. If everything's in place and things are lined up the way they need to, everything works beautifully. However, if something is not in place, If there is even just one domino that is removed from the sequence, then all of a sudden when we start, the whole thing falls apart.
So I really like the domino demonstration. I'm a visual person and that makes sense to me. What exactly are the dominoes and what are those things you say need to be in place?
Yeah, so again, that end result is a successful session, an impactful, God-honoring session. The things in front and the things that start, I mean, even now and before now, as you know, in the office, we've been working for months now, getting prepared. So we have software issues in terms of the registrations. We have making sure that we have deans in place. We have to have leaders for those sessions before their planning begins, and making sure all the lessons are in place and all of those things. And one of the really important parts of it is having our faculty registered. And when I say registered, I mean committed. We need to know who it is that's committed to being here for each and every session. And when we don't have that piece in place, then we can't open up camper spots. We want to make sure that everybody is safe. It's one of our top priorities, is to make sure that campers are safe and that our faculty are safe as well. And if we don't know that we have the proper people in place, then we can't open up those camper spots for the dorm and for the session. And if we can't do that, then they can't sign up, or they are put on a wait list, and that gets confusing for people. It's just a difficult thing. So when you remove that piece, all of a sudden everything that comes afterwards is in jeopardy.
Probably the most frequent question we get right now in the faculty registration process is about the safety videos faculty need to complete. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Sure, yeah. So when you register on our website that you are going to be a faculty for the summer, what will happen is that you'll end up getting an email from our office manager, Valerie, and it will actually be indicating that you're going to get 2 more emails. So in this registration process that we're talking about, you have to register with us, and then there is a background check, and we'll talk about that more in a second. But for the safety videos part, you're going to be able to log into a system. If you're new, you'll have to log into that system before you can start watching the videos and create a username and password, those sorts of things. If you're returning, all you have to do is log in with your information. And there are 6 videos. They're 10 minutes each, so about an hour's worth of time, and then in between each video are some questions, just to make sure that you watched it and understand the content of the video. But we want to make sure that this piece is in place, because again, safety is our number one priority. If campers don't feel safe, if parents don't feel safe in sending their campers, then we're going to miss out on spiritual opportunities where kids can really focus on what God is trying to tell them during their session.
Another question we get a lot in the office is, hey, I've been around forever, I'm a faculty, why do I have to sign up every year?
Yeah. This is an easy one. I know it's complicated in people's minds. I know that it is another time commitment for them to do. But it really comes down to this. By registering every single year, you are telling us that you are committed to coming for whatever session it is that you're signing up for. It's not so much to say I'm interested in being a part of a session. It is saying somebody's asked me, or I've talked with someone and we've built that relationship, and I am coming. And it's that commitment level. I mean, life changes. There are many people who are able to serve for several years, and then for whatever life circumstance they're in, they're not able to serve, for a year or 2. And so things just change for people. And the registration process and having people come on to our website and register really is just a way for them to show us that they are committed to coming for the summer.
And really, how long would you say it takes for a faculty member to register?
So if you're brand new, you have to put in a lot of information that we ask for in terms of kind of where you're from and your background and contact information, those sorts of things. But if you're a returning faculty member, all of your information is stored in the system. So when you register, when you log into the system, most, if not all of that information is already stored there for you. So it really should take about 5 minutes to register. So we've been talking a lot about processes and the things that they can look forward to and how to go about doing some things. But we also want to make sure that we talk about just how much fun it is to be a faculty member. I mean, what we try to do in the office and as staff is try to take care of all of the behind the scenes things and all of the details and sometimes some of the harder things, so that you as faculty, that you can really focus on building relationships, having fun, and just really creating memories for campers.
Right. And I think the really cool thing about being a faculty member is the campers are going to remember you. I mean, it's no offense to any of the staff, but sometimes later in the year it's like Mr. What's his name and that lady. But campers remember their faculty. I've been talking with campers I've taken videos of, and the things that they say that they remember about faculty are, hey, she played card games with me. They got in the kayaks and did water play with us. They did worship. You get to worship alongside them. You get to pray with them. You really get to live life with the campers in a way that no one else involved with camp gets to.
Yeah, for me, growing up, I went to camp every year, and I can remember lots of faculty. I may not be able to remember all their names necessarily, but I can remember the impact that they had on me as a camper. And like you said, sort of living together and worshiping together and spending all of that time together, where you're able to really invest in that relationship. And I think there's some really important discipleship opportunities. But the cool thing is that those discipleship opportunities, they don't exist just in the bubble of camp. I think that as youth ministers and Sunday school teachers and youth group leaders and all of those who have kind of a leadership role at their churches, when they are able to come and be involved as faculty, they are able to take what happens here at camp and take it back to their churches. You're able to build upon the lessons, build upon the memories, build upon those relationships in a way that will just kind of propel ministry throughout the year. And especially as you think about the fact that what we try to do is, if there's a camper who doesn't have a church home, we want to connect them with a church and plug them into a ministry. And so if you're coming as a leader, you may have the opportunity to meet people in your neighborhood or in your area that don't go to church yet. And so you have the opportunity to build that ministry that you have in a way that you wouldn't have an opportunity to otherwise. And so it's just a really neat opportunity for faculty to really have a major impact and, again, have a whole lot of fun with campers. And for you, I've talked with many faculty who have said, man, I really expected to come in and really make a difference with the youth or with the campers, but I really was blessed myself. And I never want to gloss over the fact that this ministry, as important as it is for youth, is just as important for us as adults as we interact with them and we interact with God. You know, this is a place where we are really focusing on Him and on what He's trying to tell us through His Word. And so it provides an opportunity for everybody to grow spiritually. So I want to thank you for taking some time to be with us today and watching this video. I also want to make sure that you know that we really, really appreciate the fact that you are even interested in being a faculty for us during this summer. And whether you're new or whether you're returning, you have to know that we cannot do ministry without you. Without people who are willing to come and invest their time and their energy and their money into what takes place here, it wouldn't exist. We have a corporation that meets 3 times a year. We have trustees that meet every month. We have staff that is here, and we get paid for what we do. But it isn't without our faculty that this ministry runs. We have tons of volunteers who come in throughout the year who provide the physical piece. Not to mention the churches and the individuals and corporations who support us money, but it's those who are willing to spend their time and investment during the summer to be here with the youth. And again, we just want to make sure that we say thank you on behalf of everyone involved in the organizational part of this. We want you to know how important you are.
And you know, it's interesting. I just talked with a camp rep from in Colorado just last week, and she could not believe that Camp Northward runs entirely on volunteer faculty, and that things go the way they do. We really have something unique and special here, and I want you all to know we value that. We pray for you, and we're so thankful for everything you do. We don't take it for granted. It's a very unique situation that you all show up every year and help us out, and we really couldn't do it without you. So know that the office is here, our communications team, everything. We're here to support you. If you've got questions, please contact our office, contact Valerie, contact me or Nathan. Just send us a message or give us a call, and we'll help you out with anything you need along the way. And we can't wait to have you here this summer.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Bye.
we'll see you then.